Do you know what happened when the man who had everything met the man who had nothing? Let's begin with a little introduction to who these two are. Alexander the Great needs no introduction. His name is and forever will be remembered as one of the greatest conquerors of all time. The King of Macedonia, ruling from Greece to Egypt and Asia. Alexander embodied the peak of power, ambition, and military genius. Diogenes, however, was the complete opposite, known for finding contentment in having absolutely nothing. Diogenes the Cynic was arguably the craziest philosopher to ever live. Famous for transcending material desire, he lived a life of extreme simplicity. So how exactly did the encounter of these two polar opposites unfold? When Alexander the Great arrived in Corinth, where Diogenes was staying, many notable statesmen and philosophers came to congratulate him on his victories. Of these philosophers, Diogenes was nowhere to be found. Alexander then decided that if Diogenes wouldn't come to him, then he would have to go to Diogenes. Alexander and his men traveled until they stumbled upon a man living in a dirty old barrel, basking in the sunlight. That man was Diogenes. Alexander began by asking if there was anything he could do for Diogenes, to which he famously replied, "Yes, move out of the way, you're blocking the sunlight." This exchange stunned Alexander the Great, but he did not take it as disrespect. Instead, he admired the way Diogenes lived, and realized that his status meant nothing to somebody who doesn't value status. After this brief interaction, Alexander famously remarked to his followers, "If I were not Alexander, I would wish to be Diogenes." This meeting just goes to show that a person's value isn't based on how much wealth they have, but rather on what kind of person they are. Two men of opposing philosophies, one believing in chasing after riches, and the other believing there's nothing lower than riches, both respecting each other.